So as you step into like being born again, becoming a Christian, and then receiving a new identity, this is regardless if this has been for exactly 2 minutes, stepping out of lies and slavery and a false identity and stepping into the truth. But this has to be exercised. Whether it's happened for 2 minutes or 20 years, right? This is going to matter to you because as you go through the wilderness journey where you step out of the feeling focus of confusion, frustration, and grief of trying to operate under a new identity that you have not used before. And you got to build it. Got to build it before you actually fully believe it, because you got to exercise your faith and grow in maturity, right? You're going to find out what your idols are. You're going to find out the areas of your life that have not surrendered to God. You'll find the ones that are built on sand, because when life crumbles, you crumble, or where you're actually solid. And typically that happens in these three areas, whether it's relationships, health, or wealth, right? That's not like an all-inclusive list, but that's like 95% of them. But something, people want to know. If you want to find out what your idols are, like how do I know what I'm entitled to? This will point to that, right? Basically, anytime you complain about something, okay, this is the very thing that the Israelites did in the wilderness. They left Egypt. They were in the wilderness for a little bit. God had done some really cool stuff to get them here, just like with us, right? God did some really cool stuff, right? So that Jesus died for us. He paid for a lot of really good stuff. And then they got here and they complained, right? This is Christians crying like babies because they're confused and frustrated and grief because they have received a new identity from God, but they haven't built it yet to actually believe it's actually true. And so whatever you complain about, right? That's what you believe you're entitled to. That would be your idol. That's the thing that when that thing goes away or it's not ideal, you're on sand when you're complaining. When it crumbles and goes away, you crumble and you fall apart, okay? You're not standing on the rock. You're living out an old identity that the world told you that you are what you do. You are how others people treat you. You are your circumstances. You are where you come from, right? And what you feel, right? Among all those things. Basically, like what you do, you are what you've done. You are your past, okay? So for the Israelites, they were treated like slaves, right? They lived as slaves, right? They came from being slaves. They felt like they were slaves, and it was all lies, and it was a false identity. So they never lived out what it looked like to be a free people, living out the truth, living out their true identity. And so when they stepped in here for the first time, they were really bad at it. They complained. That was their idol. They didn't know how to live here, but they had to exercise it. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it here.